Welcome, friends. I'm here today with a friend of mine, Scott Griswold. He works with ASAP. And as far as I can tell, it's all about as quickly as possible getting the good news of Jesus out to this dying world. Scott, tell us all about what you're doing. Please, we're eager to know.
It's really fun to be with you, Craig. ASAP Ministries is a work that was birthed out of the refugee crisis of Southeast Asia, which continues on to today. But back in the day, Cambodia, Vietnam, all that stuff happening, and almost no Christians among any of that area of Southeast Asia.
Wow.
But through the ministry of ASAP Ministries and others, a lot has happened over the last 30 years, and many have come to Christ. But that ministry came back into the United States as well to raise support and to help, even though it was birthed in the refugee camps over there, recognizing those people were then moving all over the world to many places, many of them still very unreached. And so in the United States, about 12 years ago, we started a ministry as part of ASAP called Reach the World Next Door.
Reach the world next door. Okay.
So you have people in our country coming as refugees from Somalia, Afghanistan, Myanmar, places you can't get into as a foreign missionary.
Okay.
And they're places that we're waiting on for Jesus to return.
Amen.
This is an incredible opportunity that all we have to do is look up and say, oh, I couldn't go as a missionary overseas because my wife didn't want to go, or I was in debt, or whatever else. But I can right here reach out and share Jesus with Buddhists, Muslims, Hindus, Jews, modern people, secular people, and they're often really open to friendship.
So how do we do it?
Well, you start by praying.
Amen.
We have a whole bunch of prayer cards at the website, reachtheworldnextdoor.com, and you can just begin focusing and saying, who has not had a chance? Who's not had an opportunity to know Jesus? Like, they have no Christian friends, nobody in their country is Christian or their people group, and so then they become a priority, because why should anybody get to hear twice or 100 times while there's still people who've never heard the first time? So that's kind of the idea, is let's prioritize those who've never had a chance.
Wow. And that's reachtheworldnextdoor.org?
Yes.
.com.
Yes, typically both I think will take you there.
Okay. Reachtheworldnextdoor.com. And so you're saying these people are next door?
Yes, they come as refugees, specifically vetted, helped to come here, like those who work for Afghanistan in the military, who under the Taliban would be likely to be killed, but have been brought to America or Canada. Thousands upon thousands have come to Canada just in the last 4 years from Afghanistan, and they're waiting for a friend. They are so open. We have met many of them in Houston, Texas, and they'll just invite you into their home. You knock on their door, they'll be like, well, you're welcoming me to America? Come on in. What can I get you to eat? And we have developed close friendships with people like that. And now, as we minister to their needs, the doors are open to share our faith in Jesus as well.
Awesome. So to our viewers, how do they find that Afghan refugee? How do they find that person next door?
So in our city centers, you just need to drive around and look, and you will be able to tell by the hijabs, the head coverings, or places. If you look up International Food Market, whatever, you're going to find many of these. We went to Grand Rapids recently in Michigan, found out that it was one of the largest places for Bosnians. So we just looked up where a restaurant was, and we went and we were friendly. We bought some food, hung out with the people, and then usually by the time we've made a friendship of some sort, we want to leave a connection, try to follow up, exchange contacts if you're able to continue your friendship, and doors will open to share your faith. But sometimes you just have a moment. You're passing on the plane, or somewhere on the street. You're just talking in the market. You're never going to see each other again. And that's when we use a special website called My Language, My Life. So at mlml.org, mlml for mylanguagemylife.org, there's over 180 pages, specific language pages, with everything that we can find, Seventh-day Adventist material from around the world, Hope Channel, AWR, 3ABN, and on it goes, Bible.
So gospel material.
Yes.
So when you spot a refugee, you can hand them this card, and they can find information in their own language. Is that the idea?
Exactly. So I'll usually
Wonderful.
say to someone, like if I'm in the market and I hear them talking, I'll say, "What's that beautiful language you're speaking?" And if they speak English, they'll tell me, "Oh, I was speaking Urdu. I'm from Pakistan." And then I'll say, "Well, how do you say thank you?" And they'll tell me, and I'll try to say it, and they'll laugh because I said it wrong.
Yeah.
And we just showing interest, true interest in them, in their background, their culture.
Wow.
And then I will share with them the card, which if I don't have the card with me, I can just show them on my phone or theirs, and we'll find their Urdu page, their language page, let them hear something so they know, oh, this really has stuff in my
How
language.
exciting.
And they get so excited. It's just a very simple, friendly way that you can be a missionary right here where
Praise
you are.
the Lord. Well, Scott, I like the way you started by just saying, begin by praying. Because God is in the business of arranging appointments.
Absolutely.
So God knows where those people are. If we're praying, we're looking, we're eager. I'd like you to just, so it's ASAP Ministries. Can you give us the URLs again? If someone
Yes.
sees someone speaking a different language, what's the card? MLML.org.
Yes, mlml.org. Yeah, let me just lay them out there careful and clear so everybody's got it.
Thank you.
ASAPministries.org is the overall ministry helping refugees on both sides of the world, Southeast Asia and
Amen.
America. ReachTheWorldNextDoor.com is where to go for specific training on how to reach out. We have a whole 13-lesson training that will really help you get out there and care for this mission. And then as you're doing that and you want to share the gospel in over 180 languages and in 2 websites, 2,000 languages,
Wow.
then you can do that at mlml.org.
Well, thank you, Scott, for joining us for 3ABN. I'm Craig Cleveland. Thank you for watching.